Do you have any suggestions for brain cancer supplements, etc.? Well, brain cancer is unique. So let's jump back to diet a little bit. So um, when I said that every cancer can be different as far as diet goes, um, uh, there are some generalities to follow. So typically a colon cancer, colorectal, liver, pancreatic cancer typically are going to be fed. And again, this is a gross generality, but typically the source of fuel is going to be more apt to be amino acids, proteins. So those are the cancers, the GI type cancers, are more apt to be fed through proteins, amino acids. So it would probably be better with GI type cancers to go on a, cut out animal proteins, go more vegetarian-like as far as your diet goes. That would be your best guess if you were going to take a guess at it. Brain cancers are a different ball of wax. So depends on the type of brain cancer. So astrocytomas, that's a cancer that originates in astrocytes, tend to be fed through glutamine and create glutamine as their own fuel source. That's kind of a negative of astrocytomas. Now, glutamine is an amino acid. So we never suggest any of our cancer patients to be taking glutamine, even if their cancer is glycolytically driven completely, meaning through glucose completely. And glutamine would be a supplement that a lot of people would be taking to heal their gut, L-glutamine. Oh, I have leaky gut, so my doctor put me on L-glutamine. We take all of our patients off of L-glutamine. We don't want any of our cancer patients on L-glutamine. So an astrocytoma brain cancer, it would be probably wise to limit amino acids, thereby eliminating animal proteins, thereby cutting down on glutamine. It also goes for glutamates. So glutamates is a food additive that is added to food as a flavor enhancer, and glutamate converts to glutamine through a specific genetic pathway that we look at in your genes. And with this specific defect on this certain gene pathway, you can convert glutamate to glutamine quite rapidly and back to glutamate. So with astrocytomas, long story short, good idea to cut out animal proteins. Other brain cancers tend to be fed through glycolysis, tend to really love sugar. And again, this is a gross generality, but it's more often than not, brain cancers do better with a ketogenic diet. If it's an astrocytoma, you could go on a ketogenic diet with decreasing animal protein. So it's going to be a much more vegetable and high-fat diet. So most brain cancers, again, do better on a ketogenic diet. And again, it doesn't have to be complete ketosis, getting into complete ketosis and staying in complete ketosis, because it's very difficult to do. And it's difficult to monitor. And just a ketone stick urine test doesn't truly show if a person is in ketosis or not, just because you're spilling ketones. So, but if you get into a ketogenic-like diet, you really reduce the glucose, and you can count your grams of glucose, getting it down below 15 grams of glucose per day, really for brain cancer patients would be very appropriate, and a very high-fat, vegetable-type diet.